Hello everybody, Miss Germany here for example 3 on real world spheres. Our problem states, a non-scale model of the Earth has a diameter of 18 inches. Within an outer clay layer, there is a core made of a ball with a diameter of 3 inches. What is the volume of the clay? Use 3.14 to approximate pi and round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Okay, so what they want to know is the volume of the clay. But it's not super straightforward because you're like, wait a minute, I have two different measures. I have the scale model, I have this core ball. So this would be an example of one where it'd be a good idea to draw a picture and help yourself understand it. So I'm going to start with this. So I have this scale model of the Earth, which would be a sphere, but rather than draw a sphere, I'm going to draw a cutaway. Okay, and so this would be my sphere cut in half so I can see it here. And so there's my circle, and it has a diameter of 18 inches. And this is my clay, right? All right, so this is made of clay. But it tells me in here that within that, there is a ball, a core that's a ball with a diameter of 3 inches. So inside of this, I have this ball right here that has a diameter of 3 inches. Now, because they're asking me for the volume of the clay, what I'm going to need to do is know how much volume is total and then subtract out the part that's not clay, which would be the ball. So I'm also going to have to find the volume of the ball. Now, they're both spheres, all right? The Earth is a sphere, a ball is a sphere. So therefore, I'm going to use the same formula. I'm just going to have to differentiate between the clay and the ball, okay? So this would be the total, all right, that I'm going to do right here. Now the total would be the bigger part, all right? And I need, again, whenever I am finding my volume, I need radius, okay? But note here what I've got, instead of radius, I once again have a diameter. Okay, so I have this diameter of 18, and we've been going over this. We can't use a diameter. We need to have a radius. So by now, I hope you know, take the diameter, cut it in half, divide it by 2, and so I have a radius of 9 inches. Okay, so now that I know my radius is 9 inches, I'm going to make this really nice for the calculator. So volume equals 4/3. Again, multiply by 4, and then at the end we'll divide by 3. So for pi, they told us to use 3.14. So 4 times 3.14 times my radius 3 times. Well, my radius I know is 9, so 9 times 9 times 9, 3 times because it's to the third power. And then I'm going to divide all of that by 3. There's my divided by 3. So I do 4 times 3.14 times 9, 2 times, 3 times, and then I'm going to divide that whole thing by 3. And so I find that the entire object has a volume of 3,052.08. Okay, so this is for the total object. Now, I need the ball. I need that center piece that I'm going to work with. Now with the ball, what I find is once again, I have a diameter, and that diameter this time is 3 inches. Okay, so same thing. Take that diameter, cut it in half, and I find that I have a radius of 1.5 inches. All right, so now I know my radius, which is what I need. So this would be for the ball over here. All right, and so I have a volume of, again, 4 times 3.14. 1, there we go, times, now I'm going to do 1.5 because that's my radius, and I have to do it 3 times, times 1.5 times 1.5, and then I'm going to divide it all by 3 because I've got to deal with the 4/3. So 4 times 3.14 times 1.5 once, twice, and 3 times, and then divide that by 3, and I find that this has a volume, that center ball has a volume of 14.13. Okay, 14.13. Now, I want just the clay, so that means I need to subtract out the ball from this answer. So I'm going to take and have the 3052.08, and I am going to subtract my 14.13 to get my final answer. And so what I find when excuse me, Miss Germany's got to use the calculator. All right, when I do that, and yes, I would expect you guys to use calculator here too, is I find that the volume of the clay, all right, so the clay's volume is going to equal 3,037.95. Now units, these are all in inches, so inches cubed. Now double check your rounding rule, nearest hundredth, and hopefully you remember hundredths means 2 decimal places, so we've already got it to the nearest hundredth, so we are good to go.